We have good news. September is over, but gift sub discounts are still here. Oh, nice. It's good to know. Well, thank you, Michael Schotter. That other thing popped up. I didn't even see you were even here. It is a nice shirt, right? My wife got this for me, and I like it. We're going to dinner with her aunt tonight. And I figured, you know what? Why not dress nice for you, Michael Schotter, doing Twitch instead of wearing my regular T-shirt. It's all good. How are you doing? I'm good, busy as usual. Did you guys get a lot of weather from the hurricane? We got nothing. We got a couple of wind gusts and hardly any rain. So the last one we got, Helene did more damage. Not really any damage, but knocked a dead tree down. But this time we literally got nothing up here. So we're north and east in Florida. We're like 20 minutes from the border of Georgia. So we literally, when it crosses over, it goes through the Gulf. By the time it gets to us, it's just a storm. It's no longer anything near a hurricane. So yeah, it was very good. We didn't lose power at all, which was nice. The last one we lost power for a few hours. So obviously there's other parts of Florida that were hit pretty bad. We were not one of those. So all all good. Yeah, I have a cousin in St. Petersburg. Yeah, St. Pete got beat up both of these storms really bad. AuthorCon was good. It was slow. First time there. Um, didn't sell a lot of books. Most of the young kids with their splatterpunk, extreme horror stuff did quite well, and us old timers did not do great. But It was fun. If you've ever been to St. Louis, do not eat St. Louis pizza. It is disgusting. But they did have White Castle there, so there was, there was that. Yeah, yeah. Do not eat their pizza. Yo, 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 baby pop. What's up, George? George, have you ever gone to St. Louis? If you never have and you ever plan on going to St. Louis, do not eat their pizza. It is beyond disgusting. Nope, good. The St. Louis pizza is like a cracker crust. It's a thin crust pizza that goes right to the edge, so there's no pizza crust on. Um, it's a round pizza, but they cut it in squares. So there's small square pieces, and then it's it just tastes awful. They do big delayed responses today. Yeah, Savages is right. They do Provel cheese, which is like Swiss and two other cheeses mixed together, and none of these cheeses should be on a pizza. And then the sauce is thin and watery. All of it was just gross. And everybody who's like from St. Louis, like, oh, you went to a bad place, and I'm like, no, that's your typical pizza is disgusting. I grew up on New Jersey pizza, which is freaking New York and New Jersey pizza are the best pizza in the world. St. Louis pizza, worst pizza in the world. The barbecue wasn't bad. Their burnt ends were very good. But I mean, they're not gonna wow you with it. But compared to the pizza, yeah, that was pretty good. All right, jump to this story. probably won't be on crazy long today. Just gonna get some several few words in, and that will be it. Not much more than that. Then, like I said, we're going to her aunt's for dinner in Gainesville tonight. Hopefully, someplace delicious. Hopefully, they don't serve St. Louis pizza. She'll have any issues with any of her property she manages. No, luckily, just the same BS that she always deals with. She's basically most of her stuff is Atlanta, and I mean they got none of this. And the last, the Helene, I don't think it really did all that much except for a lot of rain. So she got lucky there, and she doesn't have any. She has no properties here in Jacksonville at the moment. So not that any, I don't think anything would have been damaged anyway. That is good. Did you have any problems with the properties that you manage? Like a dot on my screen. What is that? Instead of shuffle, I wrote souffle. Or kind of like souffle. Watch the figure souffle down the road. I have to imagine my parents always, yeah. I'd rather manage buildings than parents. My mom did, I don't think they lost power down near her, so I think I think she was good there. She has a dog now, so she got to yell at the dog a lot. She's busy. Now that my dad's not around to yell at, she'll yell at the dog. Hambone too. No. This one is K-Line, after my dad's favorite baseball player, Al K-Line. Where's your other Jersey guy? Frank? I don't know. I don't know where Frank is today. Probably out buying White. Yeah, you know what? He probably is out buying White Claw. We still have one White Claw left in the house from MondoCon from August. I'll just probably save it till next August and then just go, here, drink this. Told you to drink all of them. He might actually be working today. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? They might actually have him doing stuff, which would, you know, be a damn shame. So my goal is just to get to this next page. That's the goal. There's a chance I'll be on this weekend. Not a huge chance. There is a chance. I think he has another event coming. Yeah, he has a lot of events this time of year. And I say good for him. The next thing I have, the only thing I think I have, is Sunday the 27th, if anybody is in Jacksonville. I will be at Happy Medium Books at 2 p.m. with Victoria Nations and Tim somebody or other. We're doing a horror book reading thing. That's it for me. I got nothing in November or December. Or January or February. And in March, I'm in Williamsburg, Virginia again for AuthorCon. Me and Tom Duffy. By then, Tom Duffy will be living down here in Jacksonville, so we can drive up together. Nice. It's nice that it was 74 degrees and windy today. Just now I got all the windows open. Finally, the last 2-3 days, we've actually had the windows open for the first time in forever. So the cats have been in the windows, as well as the dog, because now we have a dog. A dog and 2 cats. I did not want any pets, any animals, and we were good for like 12 years, and now suddenly we have 2 cats and a dog. A dog, yeah, a dog. Dude, you're like one stray away from having a freaking petting. I know. I have nothing to do with any of them. It's my wife is doing this. I thought once my kids were grown and out of the house, I wouldn't have to deal with animals anymore. Good times. Yep. I've always had cats. So once you bond with a dog, different ballgame. Yeah, I'm not going to be uh, bonding with anything. I kind of bonded with the first cat. She likes me. She rubs up against me every morning, and she usually sits in the hammock in my window in the morning when the sun is coming this way. Mm. Got to the next page. That's a something. I don't have any travel coming up now, which is good. All that is behind me, so I should get back into my Monday, Wednesday, Friday routine. Fill in some Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe a weekend here or there. So it all work out, as the young kids say. Yeah, remember, stripes on a tire don't wash away. Man of War's made of steel, not clay. Can't remember the last time I listened to Man of War. I have to listen to them again. There's Mr. Frank. Where the heck have you been? I was listening to a lot of. My mother-in-law was here. She went home yesterday, but she was here for a couple of nights. So I was in my office working. I wrote a lot, but I also had to have my Barry Manilow. Yes, that guy. I also had to have my headphones on, so I listened to a lot of random random '80s bands, even some of the good ones. Some dude put together on Spotify like like, I think he called it like fourth generation hair metal or something. So it was like all the bands from like 1989 to like 94, all the ones that came out after the fact. Did the hurricane blow all your black tees? I'm just dressed nice. I put this nice shirt on because we're going to dinner with her aunt tonight. So we're going to leave in a couple of hours. I figured, you know what? I took a nice shower, shaved my head. Something different. I like the shirt. When I wore this shirt at BoucherCon in Tennessee, several women commented how much they liked my shirt, and they said that it. One woman, old lady, said it gave my eyes a nice pop. So there you go. Wendy's. You think we're gonna go to Wendy's tonight? No, her aunt is fancy, so we'll probably go to expensive Italian restaurant. No, probably Pizza Hut. No. Nice that Hair Nation expanded their library. Too bad Keith Roth is still spinning the same old stories. Oh my God, Shelly. One time we were, we listened. Obviously, we're in the car a lot, and we listened. And she was like, "This guy. Every story is about him. Every story, it's the same over and over. Next page, next in, next page." But yeah, his every one of his stories is about him now because he is now the lead singer of the Dictators, which Ross the Boss is in. Former guitarist for Manowar, taking it back to Manowar. He was in the Dictators first, then he left and went to Manowar. Now he left Manowar years ago and he went back to the Dictators. So now Scott Ian's in every band. So Keith Ross is the singer. They just released a new album or single or something, and they're touring as the Dictators. So now I'm sure all of his stories will revolve around his touring and all the cool people he's hanging out with. Nope, Handsome Dick Manitoba is no longer in the band. Hasn't been in a long time. I don't know what Handsome Dick is doing though. Drives me nuts that he cannot play Quiet Riot without saying he is adding fundage to Slade. F Slade, what about the Dubrow? Listen, I'm going to make pretend you didn't say F Slade, but who cares about the Dubrows? Are there anybody left after he more or less killed himself? I don't even know. I just remember seeing them at Trade Winds, and that was at the point where he magically had all of his hair again. Who else played in that one? That was Quiet Riot. I think Firehouse, Warrant. Yeah, Rudy Sarzo is in every Rudy Sarzo and Scotty are in every single band out there. I can't remember who else. I saw Quiet Riot at Birch Hill once or twice. Yeah, me and George saw them at Trade Winds. I don't know if that was the only time I ever saw them though. I think I saw them opening for somebody once. Like Motley Crue, Poison, somebody like that. I remember yelling to Kevin DeBro, asking him where his metal mask is. Yeah, you would always say, stupid. What was the lady from MTV? She was like one of the later DJs or somebody. Yeah, he did not seem to like that. We were at Def Leppard in the Round. Carolyn Heldman, yes. Amazed you know that. I don't even. I remember her face, and I remember you yelled at her, and she smiled and waved, and you said, you've seen all of her movies, and she looked very confused. Good times, good times. Def Leppard in the Round. I don't remember who opened. Probably Tesla. Tesla opened for everybody. All of that. All of that. All good. It's funny. I think we've seen most bands from the '80s, either in like Murphy's Law or Club Benet or wherever. Every little crappy club, or obviously the Meadowlands, Giant Stadium. All of those. Me and George are always there, though. Then Roy Rogers on the turnpike on the way home, with 800 other drunken people. Even Alley Cat Scratch. Oh yeah, happy positive Friday. Speaking of Scratch Like the Cat, I've been listening to the last couple days, a lot of Spread Eagle. Their first two albums. I don't even know if they have a third album, but I know the first two albums I've been listening to them. Whereas there's some good deep cuts in there. And I would even take the song Spread Eagle And I would put that up there as a stripper song with Girls, Girls, Girls or Cherry Pie. That's how good of a stripper song that is. Did we see them? Yes, we did. We saw them at Club Benet. They played on Halloween. And that was this show that, I don't know if you went backstage with me. I know I went backstage and I know Sebastian Bach was there and he kept calling me Dunk. And then he jumped on stage and sang with them. And I believe the guitar player from Spread Eagle plays in Sebastian Bach's band now. Subway to the Stars, and it's pretty good too. All right, I'll have to check that out. For some reason, it was because I got the first two albums are like all liked songs on my like thing, so they kept playing that, and then I just was like, I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna listen to the first album. Then it jumped into the second album. They were good. I remember when Ray West, the singer, was in a band called Fox Hunt, going back years, and I saw them at Murphy's Law on a Monday night. Monday nights, Murphy's Law. They used to do like 3 local bands, and they'd come down from New York. There was like 12 people in the audience, and I bootlegged them. I recorded them, and then at that Club Benet show, my buddy Mark Ballog I'd given him a copy of it, and he played it for Ray, and it said who I was. The second album was way better than I got credit for. Dare I say, better than the debut. You know what, Frank? That's a hot take, but I'm going to take it also. I think the first album had a couple of songs like that are killer songs, but there was also a couple of songs that were like, not that they were filler, but they were just good songs. The second album, I think, had a lot better songs overall. So yeah, I agree. I think that was a better album. I was also listening to, in that mix of bands, I was also listening to Kick Tracy, Rhino Bucket, Every Mother's Nightmare. Who else? A couple other like those bands. And I'm like, you know what? I want to listen to more than just the 2 or 3 songs that I had heard. I want to listen to other stuff and maybe add more stuff to my 12,000 songs that I have liked on Spotify. Yeah, way better top to bottom, but I think that hit past Nirvana, so nobody cares. Exactly. That's always the problem. Once we got into that, well, again, they're like what is Spread Eagle? 3rd generation, 4th generation, so nobody gave a crap at this point, you know. They played some, from New York. They played but there was a band, Law and Order, which I absolutely loved. I think you saw them with me at Murphy's Law a couple of times. Those guys were really good, but again, they came out too late. Another band I saw probably a dozen times was Dirty Looks. Man, I love them. Great show. All their albums, even the ones in the 90s before the singer Henrik died, was really good as like AC/DC, unpretentious rock and roll. American Angel also Xenon, too late. Push, too late. Skid Row. Yeah, all those bands, if they had come out 5 years before, or hit 5 years before, I think they would have all been 3rd generation. They would have at least made a little bit of money. Me and George were at the How Could I Miss You, the American Angel video. We're in the video. If you ever watched the American Angel video, How Could I Miss You? We're in the video. I am wearing a Domino's hat on, and George is wearing a Lone Ranger mask. We're right in the middle of the crowd. There's a couple of shots of us. If you ever see the video, I obviously it's probably on the YouTube. Definitely Xenon. Xenon I love. Xenon I still love. and I wish they had. I wish they had obviously kept going. There's a video on YouTube of them, like from like 15 years ago, where they play some like Moose Lodge or something, some kind of thing. It was like they hadn't been together in like 10 years or something like that, and it's them and Joey is even bigger and fatter with no hair, and they're all older. But yeah, those guys were great. Those albums were great. Ah, good times. Good times. I hope Nick Zinn's writing all these down because he's gonna need to listen to all these bands. We were at AuthorCom, and this woman, older one, Nick, you better get a pen. She was 59 years old, uh, Latina, and she was wearing leather pants. And it was like the Impractical Jokers thing where Joe says it was like mango pulp in a garbage bag. There was like curves where you shouldn't have curves. And she sat down next to me before like I think Saturday morning, and I was wearing my Bathory shirt, and she started talking about growing up in Tampa and all the death metal bands, and how she knew the guys in Nasty Savage and Ripping Corpse and Cannibal Corpse and this band Corpse and that Corpse, on and on and on and on. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know all these bands are. They're great. They all sound the same to me. I put them on as background music. And she was just talking about, she's like, then she gave me her whole explanation of why Metallica should not be a big four band, because they are not thrash metal, and so they shouldn't be included anymore. And then she's naming all these obscure bands that should be in the, like, she wasn't even going like Testament or Exodus. Like, she was going like bands that you like never even heard of. And I was like, And then Shelly came down, and then she started, oh, we were just talking about Nasty Savage. And I'm like, yeah, she doesn't know any of these bands. Like, don't start, let's not have this conversation over again. So there you go. There you go. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. And I gotta get some emails done and stuff before we leave. Nick, I hope you wrote all these, went back and you wrote all these bands down you're gonna have to start listening to now. There we go. All right. That new Motley Crue song is anything they've put out recently is just unlistenable. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Who is listening to this crap? You have a nice dinner too, George. Whatever you eat for dinner for the rest of your life, I hope it's good. All right, everybody. I might be on this weekend, but I will definitely be on Monday. Monday we will be celebrating Columbus Day / Indigenous People Day. According to my planner, it only says Columbus Day, but I also understand it's Indigenous People Day as well. Have a good time and stuff and whatnot. Thanks for popping in, Mr. Shotter, on this Friday. I also want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe. I would appreciate it. And also follow me on YouTube as well. All right. Bye.